Sometimes hope is damage. It keeps you, it pulls you, it gives you comfort that doesn't exist. We look for our dreams as their existence is a fantasy. We hold on to the love we think we once had to preserve a perception that no longer exists. Sometimes our hope is placed so high that the gravity of truth disappears. The will of our heart becomes more than our will to survive. Pain grows in discomfort instead of our will to survive. Sometimes hope is the hole that drains our spirit. Sometimes it puts pressure on those around us to live up to our expectations. It causes us to be disappointed when we find that our effort in what we hoped for was never wanted by what or who we had hoped for. Sometimes hope is lost. Sometimes hope is just misplaced. Sometimes hope is an illusion. Sometimes hope is a distraction. Sometimes hope is manipulation. When hope is selfish, it creates a desire to control. It stops the perception of reality and causes feelings of self-doubt because your heart feels broken when you find that what you had hoped for was never the final destination, and what you believed along the way did keep you going, but in the end was selfish and empty for those around you. Now you stand alone in a desolate, war-torn battlefield with a broken mind and body and nothing but failure to show for it. Hope can mislead the strongest warrior. Acceptance. When one peacefully comes to the table of acceptance, life begins again. They stop expecting things or people to go their way. The overthinking stops, and they can start to rebuild respectfully. When acceptance becomes the focus, the heartache begins to fade, because the type of hope returns that lights up the darkness. Letting go of things you had hoped for sometimes opens the door for a more hopeful future based on reality instead of desire. The desire of Jesus is perfect and does not require any hope, only full-hearted acceptance. The desire of the world and of people is corrupt because hope can be twisted and used to control and distort the truth. This is why there is only hope in the name of Jesus. Hope binds us to the ways and desires of this world. Acceptance lets us transcend to spiritual awakening. If you win a battle but are the only one left standing out of both sides, did you actually win, or did you isolate yourself? When you surrender your hope to acceptance, reality, not delusion or injustice, you free your mind and spirit from a battle that only kills and destroys. You let the light of love and acceptance back in. Your frustration, hate, pain, and sadness begins to fade when you let reality come through acceptance. So you can begin again with certainty and confidence that you know your heart is in a better place. Spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening does not come through hope and desire. It comes through acceptance of reality and the ability to see the truth for what it is. When we accept things for what they are, we surrender our battle to God. We accept His plan for our lives and stop running endless laps just to feel empty and exhausted. We begin to let every step count. Our spirit begins to drift closer to the presence of God when we stop hoping for worldly pleasure through our own perception or opinion of how things should be, and start accepting what God has given to us.